What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Tony Hawk's Project 8 for the PS3 and Xbox 360. Today we're tackling more sick goals. Can it get more sick? I don't know. I don't know if I could handle how sick it has been getting. So we're doing more of these competition goals. It looks like we have a lot of different goals lined up for today. This one being the longest goal because these competitions are crazy. And I'm pretty sure between videos I actually bought more tricks. I think I actually bought all of them, which is not a lot. But when you think about all the animations, how they're going for the realistic look, I mean, it makes sense that they would have less because of how fluid the animations have to be. So maybe it takes more time to do that, something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Let me know if you disagree or hate my guts in the comments. It's always welcome, no matter what video it is. I haven't gotten a lot of hate comments on my videos. I do get a lot of hate comments outside of my videos, but not directly to me, which is super cool. But that's alright. I honestly, nothing really gets to me. I go to therapy, so if something gets to me, it's usually gone within the day I go to therapy. So, don't let hate get to you. Only spread love. Not too much love unless you want children. I don't know how much love that requires. It should require a lot of love. That's my PSA for today. Great. So another one of these half pipe ones, and it looks like the same thing as last time, where it took away the cage and it probably added rails up there to grind. I don't know why I never saw that, or how blind I must be, but yeah, it totally did that. I really want to make that Pro Skater 4 deck, and it's bothering me how much I want that. I don't know how, I mean, if it's just for me, I'm sure that I could just, use a deck creation site and do it like that. I'm not selling it, or I'm not claiming it as authentic. And I'll never claim it as authentic. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I'll probably do that after the trip to San Diego, though, because I'm saving my money right now. But speaking of saving my money, I totally didn't save my money this weekend. It's still the same day before Memorial Day is the last episode, so don't. I just barely made that, by the way. Those bails and sloppy landings really get to you. I currently signed up to get my certification in software development, the fundamentals of it, the first certificate for Microsoft's MTA program, which pretty much just gives you a piece of paper that says you know the fundamentals of programming with databases, object-oriented stuff, and basic C# programming. So I haven't told anyone this. I kind of wanted to surprise everyone when I got it, because I'm pretty much guaranteeing to get it at this point. I signed up for the exam on the 6th of June. So I'm pretty excited to have a piece of paper that will go on my resume saying I know how to program, because I didn't finish college. I went to college for a couple of years for programming, but I never finished because, truthfully, I do not care too much about going to school, especially college. I'll probably go back anyway because credits take a long time to expire, honestly. I didn't fail any classes. I just didn't enroll for the next semester because I just honestly don't really like going to school. Like, it's not that I hate, teachers and stuff like that. I hate the establishment. It's just that it's not a learning environment for me. I like to learn on my own pace. I really hate being told when to learn something, how to learn something, and how to use something. Because when I took Visual Basic in college, it not only was the most boring thing in the world, because we spent half the semester only learning how to set up a GUI. There was barely any programming that was useful to me outside of it. You know, when I learned Visual Basic, it was my first kind of look into programming, but it was never extensive enough where I, went on to create any programs that I actually wanted to use. It wasn't the standard, first you make the Hello World program, but then you go on to make really basic loops and really basic arrays and stuff like that. So I'm sure if I, enrolled in another Visual Basic class, I would eventually learn the things that I want. Or hear me out here, world, I can just buy the textbook myself and read it. I don't really need to take a class for it. And that's pretty much what I did when I took the class anyway, was that I would just read ahead and start some of the projects that were in it because it was more interesting than what I was learning. So does that learn at your own pace? Embrace it. Don't feel obligated to do that. To be sucked down to one thing. And you should always be willing to learn more stuff, because if someone's writing a Hello World program and you want to write something that does far more than a Hello World program, just do it. Learn how to do it. The internet is so vast and full of knowledge that you shouldn't feel like you have to be tied down to what they're teaching you. And maybe you'll get extra credit if you do it that way too. I wrote a virus, not like an actual active virus, but I demonstrated a virus in my VBNet class, and I didn't get any extra credit for it, but I learned a lot from it. I did submit it as, not really extra credit, just like as a, look what I did, to my professor, and he never commented back because I imagine he didn't really want, to see a virus. I don't think that's usually everyone's first programming project. But it was just a way for me to learn how to use forms and how to use data to kind of fuck with shit. You know what I mean? So, kind of a tangent, but I think it's important when it comes to anything, especially if you want to learn programming, even if it's just like for really silly tasks like making thug scripts in Blender and stuff like that. That's pretty much just a C programming language. So if you learn how to program with using the thug tools and use that syntax, then you could probably learn anything. If you can understand how that syntax works, you're pretty much set to learn any kind of C programming. So, and I would recommend learning something that interests you first. So like if you really like, messing with thug scripts, then maybe that's a good introduction to get into. It doesn't even have to be extensive, There's so much help online right now for learning thug scripts, especially if you ask questions to the developers of Thug Pro. Not saying that you should bombard them with every single question imaginable, but if you have a simple question that, if you're curious about how something works or something like that, you could probably just reach out on Discord and somebody could probably tell you, or you could, contact somebody that does know. That was a really, really bad way of saying ask a question. I feel like I'm just rambling. I ramble a lot when I drink coffee while and after recordings. So, sorry. I got really off topic this video. But this video is mainly just doing the owned stuff, the line challenges. This one sucks. I think this one only took me 4 tries, and I'm really, really proud of myself for only taking 4 tries, because it was really difficult. This is the hardest one. This is the 3 million one. I say 4 tries. I'm like bailing every single one. 4 complete tries. That's pretty much what I'm saying. I watched Benedict do it in his video, and that's when I knew that I had to really really use time management and how much points I have during, because you only have a certain amount of time when each thing is glowing green. So you have 19 seconds when the next thing is green, and it resets when you hit the next thing and stuff like that. So you have to utilize that wisely. So here I kind of stray off and do another variable twist, try to get more points. You can already see that I have a pretty big base score and a huge multiplier. So I kind of just guessed that I had enough. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I didn't know it was ending so soon. I was caught up in the moment. I love all of you. Sorry for rambling. Have an amazing day. The next episode is the finale. Yay! Goodbye.